And today's talk is about getting couched. In other words, find yourself a nice couch, it's comfy, relax, and see what we're going to say. First thing we're going to talk about is people who are saying that's very difficult to predict the future these days. Things keep changing faster and faster, and it's hard to get ready for a future you can't forecast. This one says, Komatsu's heavy equipment, what do they want to know? Um, how many tractors to build, how many front-end loaders, and most important thing, what do you do with employees who don't want to go along with you? What kind of employees? Maybe they're your boss, but you have got personality conflict. What do you want to do in today's day and age? Fire your boss, fire your employee, or go seek arbitration or meditation or mediation. Why do we keep saying this? Because I've got Bear and Clancy for years. They're not my boss, they're not my employees. They are they treat me like a slave. And with them around, I feel like a slave. So, is this relevant to business, employee, and employee relations? Are you enslaving your boss or enslaving your employee? Are you enslaving your customers? Are you enslaving your stockholders? Are you enslaving your government? Why do we keep talking about slavery? Because it's about lack of free will. Well, if the employee doesn't like me, then they can quit and go somewhere else. If you're an employee, you can quit and go somewhere else. If you're a citizen, you can quit your country and go somewhere else, etc., etc. It's always about quitting the relationship. It's not working. What about medication? Maybe you've got depression, you need to take some citalopram. The issue always comes back to not more psychotropic drugs. It's about raising your consciousness so that what are we talking about? The Roman Empire 2,000 years ago was slavery, or the end of slavery in the United States in 1866 or something, over 100 years ago. More than that. 160 years ago, and we're still talking about slavery. Why? Because we still have got organized slavery on planet Earth through the corporate system, through what I keep talking about, the Illuminati pyramid, which is on the back of the US dollar bill, which is somebody who's a billionaire, or maybe coming up to being a trillionaire, and someone making minimum wage on the bottom of the pyramid, who is the master, and at the bottom of the pyramid, who is the slave. Corporate slavery. And you can't escape it on planet Earth because the trillionaires are everywhere. You can't quit your country and go someplace that this Illuminati pyramid is not on planet Earth. So it's time that we really examine, why did the United States fight the Civil War? Well, some people are going to say, it wasn't always about slavery. But that was the end result that really mattered, wasn't it? The end of human slavery. But it wasn't the end of human slavery. We keep coming back to this. I keep coming back to the lack of freedom on planet Earth. No matter how you slice it, people are not free because of this. Always coming back to this. This enslaves humans. What other ways are humans enslaved? Well, they're enslaved by illness and old age. How do you fix that? Still got a lot of problems on Earth to deal with. When are we going to start really dealing with them instead of having big pharmaceutical companies wanting more and more money to put band-aids onto diseases of human beings? I gotta keep saying it, the cure is not in a pill or a surgery or a vaccine. The cure is more consciousness. Why? Because it just is. Keep investing in all these cures, and what happens? People still drop dead. Then people say, transhumanism, we're going to upload you into a robot or a computer. It's like endless ways of controlling people, because when they're in the computer, they're still going to be controlled by the computer's overseers. We don't have a solution yet. We do. We've got the spiritual masters who live forever. But we're not spiritual masters, are we? Because we're still stuck in brainwashing by the Illuminati into believing that we are this meat suit. We're not. We're spirits having a spiritual experience while we're here on planet Earth, which is supposed to be a place to enjoy yourself, but you can't because you're enslaved. So we still gotta wake people up to the fact that, on one hand you've got path to higher consciousness, and on the other hand you've got the stranglehold of the lying son of a bitches that are the Illuminati. And you first gotta wake up to realize there is an Illuminati. And then you gotta also go on a search to figure out, how am I gonna follow the path of the spiritual masters? That's the game you're facing, folks. I can't end slavery until you decide that this doesn't fit you anymore. And it's not really you raising Dumbledore's army in order to get rid of the trillionaires. By spiritual means, it's not a war. It's you and me helping other people get on a path of letting go of all the brainwashing that comes from being born into Planet Illuminati. How do we wake people up? It's just being here. Targets of opportunity. come, you don't know. You can't predict when and who is going to be available for you to help them. So we don't need forecasts for corporations about how many widgets to make. We need all of you to get on board with the idea that maybe we're going to get rid of corporations altogether, and we're going to start putting humans before money and profits, and getting rid of the economic elite and the poor wage slaves at the bottom of the Illuminati pyramid. I keep coming back to this because there's a lot of very smart intellectuals who still haven't got this message. And they're turning around looking at other corporate gurus to come up with the answers. They ain't got it, folks. They are part of the problem. Because that's all they want. They got their hand out. Let's recycle old solutions over and over again. Its intellect is the problem. It's a lack of heart, a lack of love. People got stuck in head trips. Stuck in endless head trips. And it's a well-known name, whatever. It's not gonna work. Because in the end, you're gonna have to let go of other people's intellectuals and your intellectuals and drop into your heart and be a heart-centered human, because your heart knows. And that's what the spiritual masters teach over and over again. The mind becomes the servant of the heart, not the other way around. It's really simple, but there's so many people, no, it can't be that, it can't be that, it can't be that, it can't be that. John Lennon, give peace a chance. All of his music was about this. What happened to John Lennon? They assassinated him. It was just some mad person. No, it wasn't. It was a targeted killing. Because these people at the top of the pyramid don't want to let go of control of the planet Earth. So he was a threat because he had enormous following. And then they showed people, don't be like John Lennon, because we're going to come after you. Violent people at the top of this pyramid. Violent people. And they're still playing with you because you still believe so much bullshit. It's just you're sitting in a big turd pile of your intellectual ideas that you got because you grew up by an education system controlled by these people at the top of the economic pyramid. They've lied to you over and over again, and you say, can't be, it can't be, it can't be. And I keep telling you, it's true. It's true. It can't be true. It can't be true. It's true. Thanks for watching. Don't bother subscribing because pretty much I'm shadow banned by the Illuminati, which means they're censoring me heavily. Because they don't want me to open your eyes and open your heart. They prefer to be